Hello and welcome again to class. Good to know you're there. Thank you so much for always tuning in. It's good to know you're supporting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you for your good compliments. Let's be liberal with our compliments. It doesn't cost us anything to give compliments on what someone is doing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, we already started with minerals. We talked about other minerals, calcium, phosphorus. These are actually required major elements, actually required in large quantity to make their impact. And then we're now on trace elements. Trace element does not diminish their function. As a matter of fact, it means that they are required in trace quantity to make a huge impact. So we can't do without them. And as a matter of fact, one among the trace elements that is so indispensable is what we have here, dietary zinc. Dietary zinc, we've looked already at the historical perspective to it, how it came up, how people get to see the importance in human and animals. And also we looked at the sources. You want to look at the previous videos. You look at the absorption of dietary zinc, the metabolism, or actually transportation we looked at the last one, and today we'll look at the functions of dietary zinc. Now we'll talk about functions. Zinc functions are quite much. As a matter of fact, I've not been able to exhaust. I've just had just about 1, 2, 3. I will be looking at the functions of zinc. Now there's something I want you to understand. Bear in mind this video might be long, but I'll try as much as possible to make it short in order to help. Now let's go straight to what we have. Dietary zinc. Zinc is indispensable. It is very important in many physiological functions. As a matter, let me say, what is a bit of physiology? Physiology has to do with in a simple way, function. Anatomy is structure. Physiology is function. So functional reasons, physiological reasons. So let's look at them. Enzymatic activities. Zinc is very crucial as an essential cofactor for many enzymes. Cofactor for many enzymes. As a matter of fact, over 300 enzymes in the body, animals, human, need zinc to help them to do their function. Now that brings you to something you may be wondering. So we have we have more than 300, more than 500 enzymes, different enzymes in the body performing different functions. So you want to see cofactors. Now what are cofactors? First, let's look at enzymes. Enzymes are proteinous in nature. They help facilitate or improve or speed in enzymatic processes or chemical processes, chemical reactions in the body, but they are not used up in the process. They are there, they hasten up chemical production, chemical processes like digestion or the others, but they are not used up in the process. So they are very crucial for physiological activities in the body. But then some enzymes can't do their work without cofactors. What are cofactors? Cofactors are non-proteinous. They are not proteinous, but they are like the tools that enzymes need to do their work. Think about it this way. A carpenter requires a hammer, most times a nail, most times saw to do their work. But the same thing applies to enzymes. Some enzymes require cofactors to do their work perfectly. So zinc is one very important one, and zinc helps over 300 enzymes to do their work. Whether it is in the area of digestion or other metabolic processes or the growth of cells, zinc is very crucial. Now, let's break that because we can't delve more into it. Now, let's go to another function, broad function, or another one. It's essential for enzymes like carbonic anhydrase. Now, what is carbonic anhydrase? Carbonic anhydrase is one that helps maintain a stable acid-base balance in the body. Zinc is part of its function. Zinc helps carbonic anhydrase to do its function, to perform its function. Zinc also helps alkaline phosphatase. Alkaline phosphatase, what is function? It helps give structure and helps the activities of cells in the body. So you now see that alkaline phosphatase needs zinc to do its functions. And zinc also helps RNA polymerase. Now let me tell you something. When you see something ending with ASE, it's an enzyme. Most times it's an enzyme. So alkaline RNA polymerase, what does that mean? It's alkaline polymerase is an enzyme that helps produce RNA from DNA. So the production of RNA, the production of RNA, or synthesis, the right word, the synthesis of RNA from DNA is aided by zinc also. So zinc is crucial. So you want to, a pregnant woman, for the fetus and others will get to it, or a regular person, zinc is important. I did a video already on the sources of zinc. You have to go check the video and you see the sources where you can get sources of get zinc. It's very crucial. Now let's go on. Now we'll finish with the enzymatic activities. Not really finished, we just touched them. Now let's go into immune function. Number one is zinc supports development and function of the immune cells. Yes, the cells of the body, zinc helps what? In the what? The development of them. Now you have the T cells, you have the B cells, and then you have the NK killers. Now this one, the T cells are cells that help to do away with function of cells that are old and dying, cells that are already not functional. So in their performing their function, in T cells performing their function, zinc helps them in performing function. So cells that are weak, dying, zinc helps the T cells, production of T cells. And also the B cells in the production of antibodies. Now zinc is essential in the production of B cells and other cells that help in and support immune development. That's immune cells, the production of immune cells. Now, the next is zinc help in reducing susceptibility to infection. Now, having helped the production of immune cells are cells that fight pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are disease-causing organisms. So, if you help to build defense against, or army or soldiers against pathogens, against disease-causing organisms, that means you are already helping reduce susceptibility to infection. So zinc helps reduce the chances of getting infected. So you now see that zinc helps in making sure you don't fall ill. So zinc is important. Everybody needs it. Young, old, pregnant, not lactating, you need zinc. Go get the video, watch the video, sources of, just scroll down, you see sources of dietary zinc, you see them, I mentioned them. Now go quickly, in order to let the video be long, is growth. I'll spend a bit more time here. Growth and development, whether in the fetus, whether fetus in the womb or out as an infant. Now let's see. Zinc is important for DNA synthesis, in the production of DNA from simple amino acids. And you see zinc is important in the production of DNA. Now, zinc is also important in cell division. Cell division has to do with cell development, cell maturation, cell division, cell maturation, multiplication, and the others. Zinc helps in division of the cells. Now, zinc also is crucial during pregnancy. What does it do? It helps to protection from immune function, help to protect the fetus. Even the building of strong immune system for the pregnant woman, the pregnant mother, is important. Zinc also is good for growth and safety. Zinc helps the bones and the growth of the bones. So zinc is crucial for the development of the fetus inside the womb. Now, zinc is also good during delivery. It helps in contraction and pushing. So where it fails, contraction or labor will be prolonged. Zinc is important. So pregnant women, look for zinc-rich food. We already have it in the previous videos, please check. It's also important in building immunity for both the parent, the fetus, and the pregnant mother, including word for animals or for human. Another thing is zinc is important, crucial during what? Infancy. Why? It helps the infant, now giving birth, the fetus, now a baby, as infant, helps it to grow. Important for the lengthening and the strength of the bones. Zinc is also important in development of features as the animal or human begins to grow. Development of features, and also immune system. Introduction, we'll talk about immunity, helps to strengthen the immune system of the infant, and also brain development. The brain cells need zinc to develop properly. Now, when the child grows to become even an adolescent, it still requires zinc. Though required in small quantity, still very crucial for what? Development of secondary physiological features, development of breast and the others, encourages or helps. Zinc helps rapid growth, increase of appetite, because the body is growing, needs energy to fuel the growth. So increased appetite, where you see some young boys at the age of 12, 13, their consumption of food increases, is part of the function. The body needs to grow fast to meet up with genetic potential. So it needs fuel, food. Now, what makes you feel like eating? Appetite. The appetite is fueled by this. So zinc fuels the appetite makes you eat, or the animal to eat, and then it grows to meet up genetic potential. Then also it helps in control of acne. Zinc controls acne. You see what we call in our local parlance pimples. Zinc helps to control it. And also in bone structure, bone strength too, zinc is important. In hormonal changes, you see switching from one hormone to another. For example, the development of more estrogen for girls and the others, female animals, and then brain development. We can go on and on, but let's stop for now. I believe the video is already long, but we'll continue from here. There are still other functions of zinc. I want to thank you for paying attention, for being there. I want us to do it again. Thank you so much. You want to know the sources of zinc, please go to the previous video. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for your comment, thank you for your compliments. Let's see in the next video. Thank you.